Protozoa when there is the light situation. The right hand is looking at. Oh, camera is not even connected. Open the camera.
We'll start with our prayers. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai. Sorry. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya avirāvirvayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam vyasena graditam purana munina madhye mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. Let we be protected, let we be nourished. Let we strive with energy and vigor. Let our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om, peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita, and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving mother, I meditate. We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as you know, and we are in 9th chapter. And it's very similar to 7th chapter. The section that we are in is somewhat similar to 7th chapter. So we have studied up to 19th. We will take up 20th. Just a little recapitulation. Sri Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, wanted to help us by giving us hint. And if you remember, Arjuna asked that what one should think at the time of death. So Sri Krishna answered there in 7th chapter. And then how that heart of God can be remembered all the time. So he's giving a hint that I am present in everything. So regarding that, he has already said, Aham praturaham yajna swadaham aham aushadham mantro aham 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 agnir aham hutam pita ahamasya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitra omkara rik sama yejurevacha gatir bharta prabhu shakshi nivasah sharanam surit prabhavah pralayah sthanam nidhanam bijamapayam tapamyaham aham varsham nigrinami ussrajavicha amritam chaiva mrituscha sadasachaham arjuna. So running translation, because that will give us context. I am the Kratu. Then what is offered to the mains? The Yajna, what is offered to the deities, divinities? The Swadha. The Aushadha. Aushadha, whatever plants, etc., that grow on this earth. So all these Aushadha, also medicinal plants. The mantra, the yajna, ajya, the fire, and the oblation. So whatever is used in the sacrifice or offering that we see in yajna, homam. So whole thing, it is me and me alone. And the similar shloka is also there, Brahma Arpanam, Brahma Havihi. I am the instrument of offering. I am the what is being offered, Brahma Havihi, Brahma Agno, Brahmanahutam. And the fire that in which you are offering, that is also me, Brahman. Brahmaivatena Gantavyam. And it will go to Brahman and Brahma Karma Samadhina. And the function, the karma, that is also Brahman. So it is Brahman and Brahman alone that exists. So here he goes further. I am the Father, the cause of this world, because from that cause everything comes up and also it dissolves. Of this world, the mother, because mother conceives and delivers, so mother is also he. The sustainer, the grandfather, the purifier, the one thing to be known. So there is nothing, we think so many things to know, but actually, Sri Ramakrishna said, Ek ke janar naam gyan. Knowledge is to know one. Bohu ke janar naam agyan. If you know many, that means you are still in ajnana. So, I am the only thing to be known. That's why in Upanishad also you find Tasminnu bhavo vijñāte sarvam idam vijñātam bhavati. By knowing what, we know everything. And also modern age also you find people are searching that one thing, unified field. So this search goes on till we achieve to that state. So, the purifier, the one thing to be known, the syllable, Om, and also the Rik, Samam, and Yajus. So Vedas, whatever Veda that we have, the revealed texts, all are me. So then he also said, Tapamyaham aham varsham nigrinami usramija. As sun, yesterday we were working here. So said, beautiful Saturday. So I said, it's not beautiful because it is Saturday, but it's sunny day after a long winter. So, tapamyaham aham varsham. Just imagine if there is no sun, nothing can survive. It is sun from which we came in this earth. And then sun is also sustaining. So tapami aham varsham. So what I do, I give heat. By heat, I evaporate. And again, because of sun, I rain also. I withhold and send forth rain. So what happens? Tapami, so like it does not rain in say desert, less rain. We cannot say does not, but less rain. That's why it is desert. And not only it rains on the ocean, but it comes to the plain. That means the land. There also it rains. It sustains the whole creation. I am immortality and also death. So what is this immortality? Because of sun, even the grains are grown and jivas eat them and sustain them. So therefore, it can be said that it is cause of survival. So amritam. Chaiva mrituscha. And if there is no rain, then I cause the death also. And secondly, something sustains us. See, we know that we exist. So this knowledge also sustains us. See, this knowledge of self also sustains us. So that way also it is amritam. And ignorance is like death. Ignorance means like is a very precarious situation when we don't know our real self. That is like death. So that way also we can see amritam chaiva mrituscha sadasat chahamarjana. Sat and asat. Whatever is visible, that's also me. Whatever is invisible, that's also me. Shankaracharya says karya karan, cause and its effect. I am the cause and the effect also me. It is cause which as it were transforms, but some say Advaitic point of view, it is vivarta. It looks like it has transformed, but it is not in reality. We see water or we see a snake on a rope, but it is not changed. What is changed? Like when milk turns into yogurt, it cannot go back to its own previous state. So that is parivartan. But vivarta means it seemingly changes, but in reality it has not changed. So sat chahat. So there are various views. This world, as we see, God has changed himself to this. Ekoham bahusyama prajaya. I am alone, let me be many. And then he becomes all these things. So one school may think that it is real. But other school thinks it is only seeming. It's only on the surface. So this has, up to this we have studied. Now Bhagavan is introducing a new topic where he tells by two things, what is positive, what is negative. Ultimately we are devotees. Since we have sense of I and me, therefore there is sense of thou and thee, thou and thine. So two kinds of situations are there. One is those who believe in God, and other who does not believe in God. Again, those who believe in God and searching God, so we can say whatever, we can say sakama bhakti, like with desire. We have 4 purushartha, that means moksha, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma, artha, kama and moksha. So artha and kama, artha, whatever means that we have, and artha and kama, desires. So fulfillment of desires. And for that we need some artha, some resources. And the second set is dharma and moksha. So Indian way of thinking is even artha and kama should be based on dharma. That's why dharma is given the first number. Dharma, artha, kama and moksha. So now let us go back. The devotees who believe in God, they have sakama bhakti. Like, I want this, oh God, please give me this. I want, disease should be cured. That's also a sakama bhakti. And Bhagavan said, Chaturvidha vajante mam jana sukritino arjuna. 4 kinds of devotees are there. Those who worship God. One who does not worship, even does not bother about it. One, those who worship. So there are 4 kinds. Chaturvidha vajante mam janaha sukritino arjuna. Artha, jigyasu, arthati, jnani cha vartarsava. Artha means when one is in difficulty, oh God, please save me. Jigyasu is like who wants to explore, wants to know the truth. He has questions. And arthati means I want this, when it is fulfilled, then I forget. Arthati. And jnani. So what is jnani? Tesham jnani nitya yukta eka bhakti vishishyate. So jnani is a one-way flow there. There's no two-way. His total mind is absorbed in God. So now let us come back. Sakama and Nishkama. Now Sakama means God is means. Oh God, please give me this. So God is the giver of the goal. I want this, so please God give me. Like parents, we ask from parents. And so God is means to attain some worldly goal. This is low kind of Sakam Bhakti. The second, Madhyam Bhakti, it is like God is not the means, but you see, like when we do something, some work, it is offered to God. So that is done to attain God. So it is called Karma Yoga. So God is the goal and means is the worldly activities or whatever we do. So that also we have certain idea in mind, some desire. So that's why this is Madhyam. God is the end. And whatever we are doing, this is the means. So still we have this Vyapara, Manasa Vyapara. But what is the best one? Thinking oneself. Okay, let me just read from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, because it's difficult otherwise to understand. So here Sri Ramakrishna says there are two classes of perfect souls. This is now a different kind of different. It's perfect souls, what he is saying. Those who attain perfection through spiritual practice and those who attain in it through the grace of God. Some farmers irrigate their fields with great labor. Only then can they grow crops. But there are some who do not have to irrigate at all. Their fields are flooded by rain. They don't have to go to the trouble of drawing water. One must practice a spiritual discipline laboriously in order to avoid the clutches of Maya. Those who attain liberation through the grace of God do not have to labor, but they are few indeed. So these are perfected souls. Then there is the class of the ever perfect. They are born in each life with their spiritual consciousness already awakened. Think of a spring whose outlet is obstructed. While looking after various things in the garden, the plumber accidentally clears it and the water gushes out. Yet people are amazed to see the first manifestations of an ever perfect soul's zeal for God. They say, where was all this devotion and renunciation and love? So we can see in the life of Sri Narendranath. So when he came to Sri Ramakrishna, his zeal for God experience to attain God was exceptional. So we are not talking about, but just I'm coming to the point. Then there was a song, Thou art my all in all, O Lord, the life of my life, the essence of essence. In the three worlds, I have none else but thee to call my own. After the song, Master says, ah, what a beautiful song. Thou art my all in all. Now then Master was talking about, and then he said, I read this one. The Master went into deep samadhi. His body was motionless. He sat with folded hands, as in his photograph. Tears of joy flowed from the corners of his eyes. After a long time, his mind came down to the ordinary plane of consciousness. He mumbled something, of which only a word now and then could be heard by the devotees in the room. He was saying, Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou eatest, thou I eat. What is this confusion thou hast created? Let me repeat this one. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou eatest, thou, I eat. What is this confusion thou hast created? Continuing, the Master said, I see everything like a man with jaundiced eyes. I see thee alone everywhere. O Krishna, friends of the lowly, O eternal, As he uttered the words, eternal, eternal consort of my soul, and Govinda, the master again went into samadhi. There was complete silence in the room. After that, he, after a little more, said, then I go to the next. I and mine, that is ignorance. By discriminating, you will realize that what you call I is really nothing but Atman. Reason it out. Are you the body or the flesh or something else? At the end, you'll know that you are none of these. You are free from attributes. Then you will realize that you have never been the doer of any action, that you have been free from virtue and faults alike, that you are beyond righteousness and unrighteousness. From ignorance, a man says, this is gold and this is brass. But a man of knowledge says it is all gold. So what does that mean? For him, everything becomes one. So here we are at that juncture. So one is Sakama Bhakti with desire, where God is means, and the goal is worldly object. This is lower kind of Sakama Bhakti. Little higher, this middle path is God is the goal, and worldly activities are means. So this is not bad, but that is not ultimate. The ultimate is, it is God and God alone is. So that is beyond, so this is the highest kind of devotee who realizes, even Tesham Gyani Nitya Yukta Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate. So after saying 4 kinds of devotees, Bhagavan says, Tesham Gyani, the knower of self, who is always connected with me, who has shed his ego, I and mine. So Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate. So he is totally poised in me. Tesham Gyani Nitya Yukta. All the time he is connected with me. Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate. So here we find what he says. Now he will tell about some devotees who doesn't, they are also devotees. They are good. But they want some pleasure. And it's not bad. So Bhagavan said there that all are good. But the Jnani excels. Because Jnani is myself, myself. So, Traividyamam Somapaha Putapapa. Now tell me another thing. Bhakti also 3 kinds. One is called Samanya. Samanya means whether you are happy or not, I don't bother. I should be happy. So it is called Samanya. And second is Samanjasa. Samanjasa means, like, let me have, you also enjoy, I also enjoy. Like, like we see in spouses, they also okay, you also enjoy, I also enjoy. But there is Samartha. Samartha means it's so strong, Samartha, Samarthya, that it is not me, it is thou and thou alone. So this ego is obliterated. So this bhakti is the highest bhakti. So this is another, other names are also there. So this is not in duality. If there is sense of duality, then always this will be there. I am this, or let me enjoy. But he had total dedication, total submission. So this is three kinds of bhakti. Now Bhagavan will tell with Anvay and Vyatireka. Anvay means this is for, Vyatireka means this is exception. That means it's not good, this is good. So now he will start with what the ordinary people seek. Trividyamam somapaha putapapa. Trividya means again that Rik, Sam, Yaju. So three kinds of whatever rituals are there, all those things, Trividya, the knowers of the three Vedas. Trividyamam somapaha. Somapaha means those who have drank Soma Rasa. Soma, this is a kind of sacred offering that they used to offer to the fire god, and then they used to consume. And it's very difficult to know what that was. But later we find in tantras, etc., they offer even liquor and then they consume. But that's a different connotation. But here it is Vedic, Somapa. Utapapa, those who have cleansed their sinfulness. So they are also pure. So then the knowers of the three Vedas worshipping me by a yajna. Yajna means sacrifice or offering. Whatever we do, if that is offered to God, that also can be considered as yajna. Drinking the soma and thus being purified from sin, pray for passage to heaven, reaching the holy world of the Lord of Devas. Now Deva means Deva Dotanavan, what shines. That means whatever is higher loka, higher existence. Now people have various concepts of heaven. Abrahamic, or especially if we can see in Islam, they have concept of heaven where there is plenty of water. Water is flowing, even drink is flowing, and lots of fruits are hanging, and whatever you want to eat, you can eat. So it is because that is the desert country where this religion took birth. So, but those who are born in, say, Bangladesh, in the flow of water, everywhere rivers and rivulets, they may not like that. So various conception of heavens are there. But here what is being said, whatever one think, maybe he'll be lifted to that place and he enjoy in that state for some time, and then they will come back to this world. So the knowers of three Vedas worshipping me by yajna, drinking the soma, and thus being purified from sin, pray for passage to heaven, preaching the holy word of the Lord of the Devas. They enjoy in heaven the divine pleasures of the Devas. So this is very, and here people cannot, here it's everything is mixed up. If you enjoy something, the next day you have to be ready for suffering. So this everything is mixed here. But there it is joy and joy alone, unalloyed joy. But it has a limitation. After a certain time, you have to come back. So, Tetam Bhuktva, next shloka goes, Tetam Bhuktva Swargalokam Vishalam, Shine Punne Martalokam Vishanti, Evam Trayi Dharma Manuprapanna Gatagatam Kama Kama Labhante. So, Having enjoyed the vast Swarga again the heaven world, they enter the mortal world on the exhaustion of their merit, thus abiding by the injunctions of the three Vedas, desires, they constantly come and go. So, what is the result? Those who are interested in Swarga, in heaven, they live a life of good life here. They worship God, but they have desire, sakama, with desire. And after that, when one dies, then he goes to heaven, remains there for a certain time, enjoys the blessings or bliss of that place, and then they come back to this world. So this way they come and go, Etam bhuktva sargalokam vishalam. Vishalam means maybe high, vast, huge, expanse. And after enjoying that, they come and again they live in this world or similar world. And again, this samsara chakra, that is cause and effect, it goes on and on. There is no end of it. On the other hand, what happens to those who are not interested in Swarga, rather who are dedicated to me totally? So this is the next shloka, we go to there. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Ananya means there is no other goal except me and me alone. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate. Those who worship me, dedicating themselves totally to me and nothing else. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam bhami. So this question comes, why? Those who desires for heavens, they'll go there. But what about those people who are not desirous of heaven? So here Bhagavan says that for them, I carry yoga. Yoga means whatever a devotee does not possess, it is required, I carry. And kshema, whatever he has, I protect it. Yoga kshemam bhamyam. So persons who meditating on me as non-separate, the unification, and are totally dedicated. So this ego, maybe a trace of little ego is there. As once Sri Ramakrishna was asked, do you feel, what do you feel? Do you feel ego? He said, yes, I feel a little ego, yes. That's for a little joy or bliss. But sometimes that also disappears. So those who are totally dedicated to me, totally submitted to me, what happens to their, even see like worldly things like eating, drinking, Sri Krishna says, I carry for them whatever is required. So this is a great assurance for all the devotees, those who are totally dedicated to God. He carries. There are some stories. Tulsidas was a great devotee who composed Ramcharitmanas. So he had few belongings. A thief thought he saw and came, and as a devotee, and he listened everything, but his eyes was on those things. So in the night he came, but as he came, he saw that two boys with bow and arrow were guarding that area. where Tulsidasa's hut was there. So he thought, okay, let me go back, come another day or another time. But the next day also same thing happened. As soon as he came, again he saw the two boys and it was going round and round. So third day also it happened. Then he thought maybe something has happened. So he thought it is better to admit to Tulsidas what was my intention and what I saw. And when he disclosed this to Tulsidas, he could immediately understand. He said, okay, take it. What did you want? So he said, take it. Because, two boys, Rama and Lakshmana, they were protecting Tulsidas, his property. So protecting. And another story is there. Actually, he did not take, and then he also became a devotee of God. And Tulsidas honored him because he saw Rama and Lakshmana. And by that time, he did not have that darshana. So he said, you are greater than me. You could see them. So he protects all, whatever is to be protected of devotees. It does not mean that one should be callous. Okay, God will say, yes, callousness. Whatever is required, one should do. Rest, God will take care. So, once kartabhya karma, that is to be done. Now, another gentleman whose name was Jagannath Mishra. So he read this book and he was a great devotee of Sri Krishna. So he said, Ananyash chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate. Those who worship me without deviation. Tesham nitya yuktanam yogakshimam bhamyam. I carry. How is it possible? God carries? No. God should not carry. It is sacrilegious. So he cut it and wrote it, Yogakshemam dadamyaham. I give. What? Yoga and kshema. And he was thinking about it. He's a great devotee. And then it was time to go for shopping or something. So he went out. His wife said that we need some rice, etc., groceries. So he went out there. And after a certain time, a boy carried a load and came. What is this? His wife asked. The Pandit's wife, Jagannath Mishra's wife. He said, Panditji, this is what I am bringing. It is for him. So that wife of Jagannath Mishra, mother, thought, he must have sent it. She accepted it. But while accepting, she saw that boy was tired, a bit tired. So she said, please sit down. I'll give you water. While giving water, she saw there is a cut here. And she asked, because that boy was so tender, and she felt that motherly love for the boy. She said, who did it? Then hesitatingly, boy said, your husband. Oh, is it? Then she nourished and wiped that area, etc. And then the boy went away. After a certain time, Jagannath Mishra comes back. And wife charged him. You are getting old and you have no sense? So what happened? You cut that tender boy? How could you do this? He said, boy, yes, you sent all the provisions, you see there, it is lying here. And you have that temerity, or like you have that courage, you are getting old. So he thought. Then when he saw all these things, and it was in his name, he said, no, I did not send it. Then that boy told, then he could understand that he cut this Yogakshemam Bahamyaham. So because of that, that cut was transferred on Bhagavan himself. So that also, then he corrected it. No, this is good. Yogakshemam Bahamyam, not Dadamyaham. So this is a story or incident, whatever. This is what we heard from our elders. So this way, God carries himself. It is not a mistake. And we monk, we know this very much. We don't worry about it. Say, mother, we have a mother, and we don't need even to ask. Mother knows what is required. No small child knows that mother knows everything. Whatever is required, she'll provide. So this is the juxtaposition with that previous shloka, where one wants some result, some means, some goal to get it through God. But here, it is a different kind of devotee who is totally dedicated, and God takes care of him. Persons who meditating on me as non-separate worship me in all beings. To them thus ever jealously engaged, I carry what they lack and preserve what they already have. So this is not only single, there are so many incidents that happened in the lives of devotees. There are many stories. And Bhaktamal Grantha, there is a Grantha. So there are many stories are there. One, so that time feudal king, so he was devotee of God. So he was worshipping. And the opponent king attacked his kingdom. But he was engaged totally in devotion. And people came to report that opponent king has attacked. So what were to do? Please order. But he was totally merged, so he did not respond, and they had no courage to disturb him. But after that, when he came out of the shrine room, he saw his horse was panting. And then the opponent king came and surrendered himself, said, what is that warrior that you have, blackish in color? And he single-handedly defeated all of us. So I surrender. But please tell me who that black boy is. So this king could understand that it was Shyama Sundar. He was devotee of Krishna. So Krishna protected him. So all many devotees experience the similar thing. So anyway, let us go forward. So persons who meditating on me as non-separate worship me, see, as non-separate from me, so totally dedicated. Worship me in all beings. To them thus ever jealously engaged, I carry what they lack and preserve what they already have. Now, what happens to those who worship different deities? Like if you ask Indians, how many gods do you have? Say 336 million or what? 36 crores. So then it's a joke. Somebody went to India and said, worship my God. So asked, what type of God? What is the name of that God? So God. No, tell me the name. Because we have so many gods, Lakshmi, Narayana, and this, that, Shiva, Parvati. What is the name of your God? He said, my God. You worship my God. He'll give everything. So, this is the, like we have so many gods and people worship various gods. So what happens? Yepyanya devata bhaktya yajante shraddhayamita tepi mameva kaunteya yajantya vidhi purvakam. So some other people, they worship God, but sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigacchati. So whatever pranam that we do, that's why even we say namaste. Whatever namaskar is given, it is given to God. So here, even those devotees who endued with Shraddha, so this is central point, Shraddha, one-pointed devotion. Shraddha. Worship other gods. See, everything is Him. So other gods also, it is God alone. Though, see here, if you go to a department, government department, it's same government of United States. So, worship other gods, they too worship me alone, O son of Kunti. But by the wrong method. Only they do not know how to do it, does not matter. So then he goes to the next, we'll come back. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurevacha natumam abhijananti tattvenat nataschyavanti te. For I alone am the enjoyer and Lord of all yajnas. But because they do not know me in reality, they return to the mortal world. They worship various gods, that's fine. Only thing, because they do not know the real dedication, total surrender, so what will happen? They'll come back to this world. So they are also not bad as such. That is why for a Vedantin, whatever way one worships, that's fine. Not a problem. Even somebody may say that I don't believe in God. Only thing that he should believe in himself, as Swami Vivekananda said. The old religion says that he is an atheist who does not believe in God. But the new religion says he is an atheist who does not believe in himself. Believing oneself is more important. Why? Believing oneself means believing others also. It's not I alone am right. Believing oneself means believing all. So this is new religion. And then ekam sat vipraha bodha vadanti. Truth is one. The sages call it variously. And various forms are there. Those who is formless can take any form he likes. Those that who is nameless can take any name he likes. Avivaktam vibhakteshu. Though he is seemingly has taken various forms, but he is avibhakta, undivided. It is as if divided. So this comes with, that I was talking about, that that whatever means that we apply to attain God, see, even the thinking, what is real, what is not real, and whatever is not real, one should discard it. So nitya anitya vastu vivek, what is real, one should be able to hold that. And then he is not after the enjoyment of these worldly pleasures. Ihamutra phalabhog viram. And then shamadamadi shat sampatti. So 6 kind of wealth that one should cultivate. Equanimity of mind and not destructing of disturbance of the outer senses. Shama, dama, uparati, titiksha, shraddha, samadhana. So all these are that 6-fold wealth. So these are the means that one should follow. With this, when one worships God and realizes himself, his real self, as one with God. So that is the right process. In that process, one should go about it. Otherwise, what happens if one did not realize his own self? Then this gata gata kama kama labhante. So he'll come and go and come and go. And sometimes he'll get whatever is desired. And sometimes by not getting it, one will suffer. So let us conclude it today. The knowers of the 3 Vedas, what we talked about, that the lower devotion is who use God as means to attain worldly goal. The middle one is who use worldly things for attaining God. But the highest is who feels united with God. But that is not for us as of now. But at least we can cultivate the divine qualities. Shama, Dama, Upariti, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. All these qualities, and also Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka. So this is, even Sri Ramakrishna also says, though it is Vedantic, but Sri Ramakrishna also says that one should discriminate what is real, what is not real, and one should hold to what reality is. So this way, one should go ahead. Otherwise, what will happen? The knowers of the 3 Vedas, worshipping me by yajna, drinking the soma, being purified from sin, pray for passage to heaven, reaching the holy world of the Lord of the Devas. They enjoy in heaven the divine pleasures of the Devas. And when that is exhausted, having enjoyed the vast Swarga world, they enter the mortal world on the exhaustion of their merit, thus abiding by the injunctions of the 3 Vedas, desires the constantly come and go. So they come and go. So devotion as we know, what is devotion? See, as we go to the shrine, what we do? We go and do pranam. Our eyes are closed. Our eyes are closed and we offer ourselves. But what happens? We try to explore what we really are. Though, so many other desires are there, so time is less. So in that time also we close our eyes and just do pranam or throw some flowers. That's all that we do. But according to Shankaracharya, moksha karana samagryam bhakti reva garyashi. So the bhakti is wonderful. It is great. Garyashi is a superlative. Garyan, anyway, so swaswarup anusandhana bhakti reva bhakti ritya vidhiyate. So it is searching one's own real self. Searching one's own real self. So this one definition, he said, swaswarup anusandhanam bhakti ityapare jagu. Both are meaning the same. One searches one's own real self. As Sri Ramakrishna also said, consider what this I is. Is this flesh? Is this mind? Is this intellect? What we really are. So gradually one has to cultivate this, one has to try to see what is truth and find the truth. Then there will be no coming and going. Otherwise, this is that, and that's why it should be totally dedicated. Ananyas chintayantu mam ye janaah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam. So all the time we are to be connected with him. Then there is no coming and going. So anyway, thank you very much. It's time for today. Hope there is no question. Okay, we'll see. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamivavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om Tassat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Now, Sri Ramakrishna, when in that what I read, so he said, I eat or thou eat. What is this confusion? It's a nice. For him, it is a confusion. Now, when one is united with God, then there is no separation. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou eatest, thou, I eat. What is this confusion that thou created? Thou hast created. So this is the depiction what Sri Ramakrishna did. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand.
One question, Swami.
Yes.
From Zoom. David Blumenschein. What is meant by drinking the soma and thereby purified from sins?
Yeah, soma, we don't know what soma is, but a kind of drink. It was prevalent at Vedic time, but a kind of herb, but maybe it is fermented. So it was offered to the fire first, and then people used to drink and would do all sorts of things like drinking wine. But anyway, when it is offered, whatever is offered to God, that can be taken as prasad. And that's why we find in Tantra that Karana, it's called Karana, is offered to God and they drink. Even when Girish Chandra Ghosh came to Sri Ramakrishna, so he was he used to drink a lot. So he said, once he came drink as a drunk, he said, I have drunk today so much. Like, what about it? Drink, but offer that to God first. In this world, there are so many kinds of people. So options should be kept open for all. Even those who are habitual drinkers. Maybe that's the one of the reason, but in reality, what that herb was, how it was made, it's obscure. At least I don't know. So that's why it is difficult to tell. But the principle is whatever is that can be offered to God, and that can be taken as a prasad. And it is to keep open for all those people who cannot think anything other than that. So let them offer and then drink. So as Sri Ramakrishna suggested to Sri Girish Chandra Ghosh, okay, what is that? If you want to drink, drink, but offer that to mother first. Then you drink as much as you want. And later he could not drink. So this is, it's easy to find faults with others, but it is difficult to make them good. So this is the Sanatan way of improving the lot of all kinds of people. Even lowly, even those who are meat eaters, etc., everything. So they used to offer in Yajna, they used to offer meat. And then they used to have the prasad. So anyway, all kinds of things are there. It is for all aspirants. That is what I understand. Yes.
May I use your mic, Swami?
Okay. And not to worry about somapan. Take the other thing. Ananyaschintayantumam ye jana pariyupasate. So think of God. What is that drink? There are so many drinks, even this marijuana and all kinds of things, but not to worry about it.
I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
Could it be that the drink is like the Holy Spirit, because they describe God as like fluidity, So
Yeah.
if I am that I am, if I'm aware of me being one with God, that when I'm in a state of awareness as
Correct.
oneness with Him, it would cleanse me.
Yeah, gradually, yes, that happens, but sometimes dose is overdosed, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Then God, thinking of God will go away. Yeah, it is there in Christianity also. It's His blood, so they offer wine and then they drink it. So some kinds of offering, we can safely say this.
I guess I was saying it's a spiritual thing, right? So you might be drinking
Spirit.
not a drink, but spirit, yeah.
Yeah, you are drinking spirit. I think either way. Yeah.
Swamiji, may I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you're talking about how Swami Vivekananda teaches us the new religion is to have confidence in yourself and belief in yourself. And
Okay, a little correction.
okay,
You have to find out what you really are.
that's what I was gonna ask. Can I tell? This how I understand it. Please tell me if this is correct.
Mhm.
Is that it's not confidence in me, Susie, ego self.
Correct.
It's confidence in the true capital S self, which is why it means you believe in yourself and everyone else.
Correct. So start from there where Suji is. No harm. Only it should not be that I alone am right and all others wrong. That's the problem. You can start from Suji, no problem. But if you arrest yourself, that's dogmatic. What I understand is right, and what others understand is all wrong. That's the problem. Otherwise, there is no problem. You can start from there, Suji. Then Sujiness will go, because believing in oneself means believing in all. So we have to find out what we really are, and then believing in that. So ultimately, it is the same thing. Good, very nice. Good thought. Yes, please.
Breathe the heart in the air. Or am I just looking? And you hear that hum in the air? Where does it come from? Maybe I just got it on this ear. I think it's too small. You hear that hum in the air? Sounding like it comes from everywhere. Listen. Listen. Someone sing. Dark of the space of your eyes. I am trying to know that never do it never died. They know it never died. Never died. So can you hear that note in your soul? Singing in all creation. Do you know that place in your heart without beginning, without end? And can you hear that confident beyond imagination? The sound is like everywhere. Wonder. Do we wonder? Do you hear? Listen, your beloved is here. Shining in the dark of the space within your heart. The light shines no every far from you. It's never hard and you never fall from what's true. Does it come? It's not, no, it's in your head. It's too small. Hear that confident air. Sound like it goes through everywhere. Listen. To you. Love is God of the space with your home. Your beloved song is a note never apart.